She was an aging dog, just entering upon her senior citizen status. With leash in hand, she met me at the door, and we took off for a walk. She loved to walk, and sometimes I wondered if her owners realized this, because they talked about sending her out the back door to the fenced-in backyard. But walk we did, and she sniffed here and sniffed there and did her duties. And about a half a mile out, we turned around and headed back. When we got back to the house, I fed her and settled into a easy chair to rest up. And in the previous 4 days, when she finished, she would sit and settle down on the carpet opposite me on the other side of the room. I tried to play with her on those other days and to pet her, but she seemed very disinterested. Perhaps it was because I was a stranger, and maybe she was experiencing some separation anxiety. But today was different. She didn't settle down on the carpet on the opposite side of the room from me. She stood before me, looking at me, and I said to her, "Come here, girl. Come here." She was a medium to large-sized dog, a little smaller than a black lab and less full-bodied. And I said to her again, "Come here, girl, come here." And she came and put her head in my lap. And I patted her head and stroked her behind the ears. And after a few moments, she backed off and stood there looking at me again. And I said to her, as I patted my thighs, "Come here, girl, come up here." She hesitated. And I said to her again, "Come here, girl, come on up here." And all of a sudden, she took a flying leap, landed in my lap, and I put my arms around her, just behind her front legs. And she licked my neck and my cheek when she could reach it. And then she put her head on my shoulder. And we sat there, hugging each other. Time went by. Minutes elapsed. Minutes after minutes after minutes. And it became long after the time I should have been gone. But I wasn't going anywhere. I loved this dog, and this dog realized it. And she was loving me back. And I wasn't breaking that moment for anything. You know, those special moments in time when you wish they could last forever. But alas, nothing lasts forever. And when she broke it off and got up, I took her out the back in the fenced-in backyard. And when we came back in, I locked up the house and left. Greetings, everybody. I'm Frederick L. Milliken, a pet sitter, and you have just heard one of my pet sitting stories. You know, when I retired for the second time, I vowed that I would never work again unless it was doing something I had a passion for. No more 8-hour shifts of drudgery, boredom, and harassing supervisors. One day, while surfing the internet, I saw an ad for a pet sitter. I said to myself, as a dog owner and dog lover for many years, I would love to do that. As I looked into the prospects of becoming a pet sitter, I realized that there were many pitfalls to avoid. Some companies just want to feed you leads for a fee. This leaves you wide open liability-wise and no one to fall back on when things go wrong or you get sick. And it's not fair to the client either. No, I wanted to work for a company that had insurance and who would bond me. That's when I found DFW Pet Sitting Services. They performed a background check on me and bonded me. The way they do in business is impressive. Before signing on to a pet sitting, the company sets up an interview between you and the client. Each of us has to approve of each other. And while there, I would get all the necessary information for the care of the pets, entrance to the house, and emergency contacts and phone numbers. If I didn't like the setup or the pet, I didn't have to take the job. And if the client didn't like me, they needn't hire me. If you are a pet owner and are going away on vacation or whatever, and not bringing your pets with you, consider having them cared for in the surroundings they are familiar with, rather than a kennel with cages. Separation anxiety is lessened if they stay in a place they are used to. DFW pet sitters will come to your house twice a day, 3 times a day, or we have an overnight service from 8 p.m. to 7 a.m., all available while you are gone. Your choice. In addition, we will water your flowers inside the house and bring in your mail and any packages delivered to your door. As a DFW pet sitter, this isn't just a job. Think of us as caregivers. Caregivers who love animals. Give your pet the best. Give your pet the loving care and familiar surroundings. And then choose the best company, the one that has a passion for what it does, and who will always send to you a high caliber person who has been vetted. That is DFW Pet Sitting Services. Now we will talk again when the next pet sitting story comes your way.